YouTube, Texas Libertarian here. I just picked up this Mosin Nagant at the Fort Worth Gun Show about 2-3 months ago. Just thought I'd share with y'all real quick. This one in particular is kind of interesting because it is an ex-Dragoon from 1929 from the Izhevsk Arsenal. Let's see if I can't get it to focus in. There we go. 1929 Izhevsk. And this rifle in particular just kind of caught my eye. It has a beautiful stock. And, you know, it's got a few scratches here and there, right there in particular. Kind of see that. But the grain on it, the color on it, I couldn't be happier with it. This thing is beautiful, and you probably really can't tell in video. But in real life, this thing is just gorgeous. I don't know why people say these things are ugly. Let's see if I can do that. Why they say these things are ugly, because these things are gorgeous. Or maybe I'm just weird, I really don't know. You can see there's some gouging there, a little bit of cuts. But these things are just really neat. I originally had gone to the Fort Worth Gun Show probably about 2 years ago looking for one of these things. And at the time, they just didn't have any in stock at all. I mean, I looked through all the vendors, all the tables, couldn't find a single one. It took me 2 years to find one. I'm sure they had them all over the place and I'm just blind or something. Maybe they sold them out before I got there. I usually got there pretty late. I live about an hour away from Fort Worth, so it's quite a drive. So, and I'm lazy and I don't like to get up early, so. Anyway, so originally I bought my Lee Enfield in this one's place at a gun show. And that kind of kept me kind of away from the Mosin. I was pretty satisfied with my Lee Enfield. But, you know, this rifle I just couldn't stay away from it. It's one of those things that, you know, you see them in videos and everybody's got one. You just kind of have to have one yourself to believe it. These things really are neat. This one actually is really neat. When I was taking it down for cleaning, this thing was covered in cosmoline, by the way. When I was taking it down for cleaning, I heard something about tang stamps. And I think it was 762 by 54r.com or something like that, .net maybe. And I was just reading up on the collector side of these things. And somebody had a little article or page or whatever you would call it on tang stamps. So I just, you know, kind of entertained the idea. Maybe mine has kind of a neat little tang stamp. Well, when I took it down, I can't take it down right now because it wouldn't look too great on a video and it'd take forever. And without a tripod, to be perfectly honest, it would be pretty boring for you. You'd be looking at the table. So anyway, it does have a tang stamp that mismatched, which I just thought was really cool. I don't know why this thing was built on a receiver made in 1917, but it was, and it's a 1917 Izhevsk with the old bow and arrow. I don't know if you remember, but on the right there on the, I guess that's the receiver maybe. It's got the newer triangle with an arrow, which is kind of cool to have both Izhevsk markings on the same rifle. Just, it's kind of a shame you can't see it on the outside. You actually have to, take it down to see it. Which is kind of a shame, but anyway, one of these days I'll take it down to show you. This thing takes pretty good pictures, if not video, so try and figure out how to work that into my video. Never done editing. After my first video, that wasn't too great, sorry about that. I'm actually using a Windows phone, a Nokia Lumia 1020, which under normal circumstances is a ridiculously good phone. I love this thing, but you don't really have a YouTube app. The only one on here is just broken, the official one. So you have to kind of use these other third-party YouTube apps for uploading videos, and they don't allow you to use the ProCam. So it looks like you're doing a video on a freaking flip camera from 2007, so I'm sorry about that. I think I'll just try and upload this to my computer and have it done that way, because it's just not going to work the other way. I would never have gotten anything out of this thing otherwise. But anyway, enough about that. So this thing, overall, this isn't necessarily a review, it's just kind of an overview of my rifle. Just some of the neat little characteristics on it. I couldn't be happier. I mean, I don't know about y'all if you're in the Fort Worth area or anything. I don't know why there are not very many Mosins normally. I don't know if they're just getting sold out or what. But every time I go, I just can't find them. So this one, when I did find it, I had to jump on it. The others, the ones this guy was selling, he had them for like $139 a piece, which isn't bad for today. You know, I wasn't really interested in these things when they were real cheap, so I was kind of expecting around the $150 mark. But, you know, I mean, these things are, I think they're worth $300, really. You know, I would still be buying these things up at $300. They're just great rifles. And this thing is just beautiful. I can't tell you how much I love this thing. But anyway, so I did end up paying a little bit more for this one. He had the others for $139. This one ended up being $190 out the door. Which, yeah, it's kind of stiff, but I mean, it's in really great condition. It's a hex receiver, extra goon, and the tank stamp ended up making it for me. I don't care about anything else. That tank stamp's too cool. 1917 on this thing. I heard that they might have been just receivers that were never really used, maybe surplus receivers that had never been put on a rifle before. I don't know. Maybe I also heard that they might have been rifles that were damaged, maybe, and they just salvaged what they could. And some of them, the receivers were good on them, so they just kind of took the receiver off, took the barrel off, threw a new barrel on whenever they got around to it. So who knows? Maybe this saw the end of World War I. Maybe it saw some action during the Russian Revolution. I have no idea. Maybe it just sat in a crate for a long time in a Russian warehouse waiting to be thrown into action. I'm pretty sure this thing saw combat because, I mean, this thing is pretty dented up. And I know it's refurb, so they probably did some stuff to clean it up. This thing is pretty beat up. It's really not, there's a splice right there. And just really neat, though. Even if it didn't see combat, I'm pretty sure it did, but even if it didn't, it doesn't bother me at all. As you can see, there is black paint all over it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. There you go. And on the muzzle here, it's gonna, there we go. You can probably kind of see the lighting. There we go. You can kind of see that it's really worn right there. You can kind of see that it's kind of a different coloring. And that's just black paint all over. You can really see it on the side hood. There's black paint all over this thing, and when I got to cleaning it, it just kind of rubs off. And I don't know if that was done at the the factory when they were refurbing these things. I don't know. Maybe the guy who sold it to me, there was tons of bluing or whatever finishes on this rifle rubbed off, and he just took some black model paint or something. I have no idea. But this one did come with the bayonet and the sling and all that good stuff. So, you know, pretty good deal for 190 bucks. Extra goon with the 1917 tang stamp. This one came with the cleaning kit too. I don't have it here right now. Too lazy to go get it. And so anyway, this video is way too long. I'm sorry about that. First video was maybe too short. I forgot to mention a few things about the thing. I was pretty nervous. Now I'm just rambling. So I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day.